Hi angels, hi matriarchs, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I did a tarot reading or a tarot message, and I'm kind of anxious or nervous to see what I come up with because, like I said, I have not done one in a very long time. So we're just gonna see where this goes. I was working on a series for informational videos, like about stones, but I took a break from it just because, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was not getting the amount of traction on YouTube and TikTok the way I wanted to with those videos, and it seems like I was getting more traction on my page when I was doing tarot. So maybe that will help me get a little further than informational videos. That's like, I feel, is my ultimate goal, because I do prefer informational videos over tarot. However, you guys seem to like it more, so let's just go with the flow. Let's go for it. This is not any specific topic. It's not love or career, or it's just whatever comes up. So whatever I feel inclined to speak about in the cards. Okay, so I have my cat tarot per usual. Let's get started. Alright, so the first two cards you got are the High Priestess and you have the Lovers. And straight off the gate with the High Priestess and the Lovers together, I feel like a lot of you are in your you like created a new arc for yourself. It's almost like you created an alter ego for yourself. Or let me not say you specifically, but I'm feeling a woman who's going through a coming of age moment. She's experiencing a coming of age moment. She's creating a new arc for herself. And it's almost like she's looking at the shell of herself. Like she's seeing herself outside of herself. But like creating this arc is the only way that she's able to create to do the spiritual work that she needs. Like she cannot go forward with her spiritual work by being like by having the personality she does on a regular basis, or being the person she is on a regular basis. Like who she is in the office life, she cannot be like the people pleaser, for example, to facilitate the spiritual work. She can't be there for everybody. Like who she is, you guys know what I mean. I don't have to ramble about it. I'm envisioning a woman who has to create an alter ego or an arc of herself in order to facilitate her spiritual work. And with the Lovers, I'm also getting Gemini energy. I know Gemini is associated with wittiness and being very intellectual and smart and quick thinking. And so this individual may also be working with their intellect a lot, working with swords energy a lot. I'm also visualizing someone who works with, who uses beauty as channeling, like works with glamour magic, and the way that she adorns herself is very symbolic, and she uses her nail color, her eyeshadow color, her hairstyle, her nail length and shape. Like, she channels what she's feeling through her beauty, and it's a part of the ritual. Okay, now the second tone to this is two more cards: the Hangman in reverse, and then the Three of Swords. I almost feel like with the Hangman in reverse and the Three of Swords, it's a very like bittersweet energy that I'm getting from this. I'm getting like an individual who's moved on from heartbreak, but it's like a, ooh, what the fudge? Why do I feel like I have a needle in my eyebrow? Like, she's moving on from heartbreak, but it's still a very painful memory, a very painful process. But it's almost like when you move on from a really tough situation and you're at that stage where it doesn't hurt you as bad as it used to, but it's almost like an emptiness, because at some point this individual or this relationship used to consume your whole body, used to consume your mind, your heart. Everything about you revolved around this at some point, or at least for these type of individuals. Like a relationship or a person, they revolve their whole world around this person. And so when they lose that person, it's like, and they lose that situation overall, it's almost like an emptiness. It's like a void. So I'm sensing someone who is in the later stages of heartbreak, where um she is over it, but there's like an emptiness. It's almost like a bittersweet, like it's almost like I'm feeling like I want to cry, but I'm crying because it's over, and I'm crying because I'm proud of who I am now, and I'm proud that I can look outside of myself and see what I used to be when I was with this person, or when I was in a situation, and how compromised I was, how I compromised my own integrity, I compromised my own confidence, and how I was a shadow of who I am now. It is bittersweet because I can see how much I've grown. And if I'm crying, it's tears of introspection. It's tears of like making it on the other side. It's not like, oh, I miss this person or I miss that life, but I'm crying because I'm happy that I finally recognize who I really am. Like, that's the vibe. And I'm also, for some reason, getting the undertone of a child being involved. It doesn't have to necessarily mean a child. Babies and children are very symbolic in the spiritual world, but maybe something was created between the two of you. It could just mean like you guys created a certain space in this relationship. Like, you created a certain energy together, and it's almost like that energy is broken. Like, you guys created a home and now that home is broken, or you guys created music together, or whatever. It doesn't have to be a human child, okay? But I'm just getting the feeling of we created something. Oh my god. It's reminded me of the song called To You by Mariah the Scientist. And she said something like, she was like, look at what we made. Sure was beautiful. Now I laid in the grave. Now I'm all covered in dust or dirt. And I'm just thinking of when she said, look at what we made. Like, For example, I don't when she said look at what we made, she wasn't talking about a child, right? But it still carries the same energy as if we created someone or something together. Like we created this energy together. And it was beautiful what we had. Hello? Anyway, it was beautiful what we made when we were together, the home we had, or the friend group we had, or the family we had, the community we had together, the laughs, the fun, the food, the sex, everything, like the music, everything was great when we were together, and we created our own little bubble, but now we're broken apart, and I miss that bubble of a life we had, but I'm happy I prioritized myself and didn't put the idea of something above my own well-being, above tending to my own spiritual needs and my own mental health and self-image. And for some reason, I'm also thinking of Kehlani, like when I feel like a lot of her music is very healing as well. And maybe someone going through heartbreak, maybe listening to Kehlani is a good idea because I feel like her music definitely is very healing, and it just is reminding me of this energy. Like, for example, like Kehlani, I think I'm thinking of her because I've always seen her as a very creative woman. Like, she just has a very creative aura around her. And yeah, that's why it's reminding me. Okay. Okay, it's very interesting. So the third and final tarot energy I'm going to read into, all I'm getting is pentacles and wands together. And I'm not really sure what to make of this, so bear with me. I feel like the third energy I'm picking up on is a woman who is trying to get something done. Is trying to go to some type of office to um, ask for like a petition or to sign a petition or start a petition for something in her community. I'm thinking of like New York, like a woman living in New York. She's going to this office. She wants to create a petition for something, like she's some type of trusted community member or wants to become one and is interested in her community, specifically children, doing something for the children. Community outreach may be a um, like for example, someone here could, or whatever, the energy I'm feeling is a woman who is very, very passionate about her community, very passionate about the youth, and about purity, protecting some sort of purity. Um, and she may have looked outside of herself and felt very discouraged because maybe on the outside world, her efforts were it seemed very futile. But this woman needs to know that nothing you do ever goes unnoticed. Even if it's not another physical person observing that, like the energy you put out and everything you do, I promise you, it is being watched. It's being watched. Like, you can think something to yourself. The moments where you're like thinking of something randomly to yourself, like a song, a person, a name, and then like you have a coincidence of it popping up like later that week or later in the day. I know this happens to me a lot. Like, I'll think of something very random, and it's not purposeful. I'm not trying to manifest anything or trying to create a synchronicity. Like, it just happens. Like, I'll think of a person, I'll speak about someone, or I'll be just thinking about someone randomly, and then like later that day something about that person comes up, or I see a book with that name on it, or I hear a song from that person, or I learn about this phenomenon that I was thinking about, like, or I find the answers to something I was asking myself quietly. Like, just know um there are always spirits and energies surrounding you. Nothing you do goes unseen. And even if you don't think of it on that grand scheme, like the way the world works, nothing you do goes unseen. Even if you feel like the efforts you're making towards this community um, project is not being seen, just know that when you ask people for help and they say no, that you're in the back of these people's minds to when they can eventually help you, or when they do eventually find someone that can help you, because maybe the person you asked isn't the best person, but you put a bug in their ear, and now when they talk to someone, they'll be like, oh yeah, there's this girl that I met and she was asking me about something like this, let me hook you guys up together. Don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid of quote unquote failure. You only fail if you never put your ideas out there. You only fail if you talk yourself out of something great. Just because it didn't happen the way you thought it would. Like, don't create expectations for the way you think things are going to happen. Just trust it's going to happen. Okay, maybe the person that you wanted to collaborate with isn't down with what you're going for, but just keep like asking random people, like talk to strangers, have conversations with people, like open up. You'll be surprised by how close your goals are and how many people have the tools to help you with what you need. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for that. And this is my deck called the Divine Feminine. It's not my deck, but it's a deck I bought. It's by Megan Watterson. I do not have the definitions book, so I won't be able to give the historical details on these wonderful ladies, but okay. Actually, I'm just going to do it from the top because I don't like shuffling these big cards. Okay, so I was going to do 3 cards for the Divine Woman deck, or the Divine Feminine deck, but I'm actually going to just do one. And I came across this one by Hestia, and it says, the goddess of sanctuary, no matter where I am, I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. This is something I've had to remind myself of lately. It's very bittersweet to always feel at home within yourself, regardless of what's going on around you. I think that's the key to confidence, is always creating that sanctuary within yourself wherever you go, no matter who you encounter, no matter what doubt people try to plant in your mind. Kind of being hard-headed, kind of having like an iron mind, like an iron skull, like nothing can penetrate your thoughts because you already have this solid philosophy that you tell yourself that you live by. And life is enjoyable regardless if it rains and your shoes get soggy and you're caught in weird, crazy situations where you feel like the next person or from the outside, people might think it's fucked up. You know, you enjoy it. Like, you find joy in the plot of life. Like, you find joy in the unexpected because you're at home within yourself. It's easier said than felt. I cannot make you feel what I feel from my words, but I do pray that the women who are watching this eventually reach that point where they find sanctuary within themselves. It's a very liberating feeling because it's like no matter what happens, life is good. Life is good no matter what happens. Like, fuck it. If I end up living in a shack or living in a fucking minivan, living a van life, it's cool for the plot. It's great for the plot. It just makes my life 10 times fun. Who wants to like have a predictable life? Like, that's not the point of living. Who wants to have like a boring life that's predictable? Like, no. We're not robots, you know? But when you have sanctuary in yourself, your life's not boring because you're not afraid to do shit. You're okay with like going out and exploring and trying new things, meeting new people, having conversations with strangers and hobos. Hobo is not a nice word, don't say that, guys. With, you know, homeless people, and you are unafraid of like being a little risky sometimes. Not stupid, just risky. Because that's how you learn. You don't learn being sheltered. So, yeah. You're unafraid of trying new shit because you're always at home within yourself. And that is my TED Talk. Alright. Let's see how this video does. And I will see you on the flip side.